Welcome back! For this portion of the guide, we'll be diving into Heroes Down Special, Command Selection. Command Selection, commonly referred to as Menu, is Hero's most versatile move. It is slightly inconsistent due to the random nature of the move, but with proper priming, you can increase your chances of getting spells you want. Here, I will go over every spell. Keep in mind that moves listed together in the slashes, Flame Slash, Crackle Slash, Metal Slash, and Hatchet Man, all stale each other. You cannot get the same move 2 menus in a row. Certain spells are more likely to appear than others. Bang is a frame 5 projectile that explodes when making contact with a surface or an opponent. Deals around 19% and kills around 130 off the top with no rage or DI. Cannot appear on the menu at the same time as Kaboom. Is not affected by buffs. Costs 9 MP. Kaboom is a frame 6 projectile that explodes when making contact with a surface or an opponent, similar to Bang. However, it has a wind box before exploding that pulls you into the finisher. Deals 35% and kills at around 80 off the top with no rage or DI. Cannot appear on the menu at the same time as Bang, is not affected by buffs, costs 37 MP. Best used to ledge trap and edge guard as it is very big and active. In neutral, I optimally think its best usage is to clank with landing aerials. Sizz is a small frame 6 projectile that fans out when hitting a surface or an opponent. Does 17% and doesn't really kill except near the blast zone. Cannot appear on the menu at the same time as Sizzle, is not affected by buffs, costs 6 MP. Sizzle, on the other hand, is a horizontally large frame 6 projectile that fans out when hitting a surface or an opponent. Deals 31% and kills at around 90 near the ledge with no rage or DI. Mainly used as an unreactable long-range projectile. Takes 17 frames to reach max range, 11 without the 6 frames of startup, just under the average human reaction time. Up close, it can combo into jab or grab at low percents. Is not affected by buffs. Cannot appear on the menu at the same time as Sizz. Costs 20 MP. Whack. Whack is a small frame 6 projectile that travels very slowly across the stage, has a random chance to kill you that increases based on hero's rage and your percent, is mainly used as a projectile you can run behind, cannot appear on the menu at the same time as Thwack, is not affected by buffs, costs 10 MP. Thwack is an explosion close to hero's body, technically considered a projectile, has a random chance to kill you that increases based on hero's rage and your percent, mainly used to ledge trap and to catch jumps. Cannot appear on the menu at the same time as Whack, is not affected by buffs, costs 30 MP. Snooze. A slow-moving projectile that puts opponents to sleep for a length of time that varies depending on proximity and if they are in the air or not. The longer Snooze is out, the less time it puts you to sleep and the more its hitbox grows. Very good as a timing mix-up and as a ledge trap as it hits slightly inside Hero's model. Sets up for pretty much every move in Hero's kit unless the opponent is airborne. Can be thrown to the stage to create a long-lasting 2-frame move. This also applies to Bang slash Kaboom and Sizz slash Sizzle. Is not affected by buffs. Costs 16 MP. Flame Slash slash Crackle Slash. Flame Slash is a frame 6 swing of the sword wreathed in fire. It is Hero's best defensive spell as it is very large, outranges every get-up attack while hitting every other ledge option for reference. Does 27 without buffs and kills at around 50 at the ledge with no buffs, rage, or DI. Mainly used to hit approaching opponents into ledge trap. With Psych Up, it breaks full shield. With Oomph, it is -1 on block. Costs 12 MP. Crackle Slash has an identical hitbox and identical frame data apart from shield safety to Flame Slash at the cost of doing less damage and significantly less knockback. It freezes. Buffs barely affected except for its damage value. Mainly used to ledge trap, it will reverse hitbox and stage spike if they hold ledge for too long. Can combo into Whack or Thwack for an early kill. Fire moves break the ice depending on the opponent's percent and if hero had Psych Up or not. With Psych Up, it will break pretty much all but a full shield. With Oomph, it is -5 on block. Costs 11 MP. Metal Slash. This frame 11 move sucks. Do not use it except for style. It kills metal opponents, good if an opposing hero uses Clang, which they shouldn't. Does nothing else besides being incredibly unsafe. Costs 6 MP. Do not use. Clang. Somehow worse than Metal Slash. It does kill with buffs off the top, but it is incredibly reactable as it is a stall and fall. It makes hero completely intangible for exactly 5 seconds. Very punishable when he pops out. Bounce does not affect projectiles while Clang is active. Cannot appear in the last 30 seconds of a match, so you can't time out with it. Double buff, Psych Up plus Oomph Clang, breaks full shield. Might be unsafe on shield break depending on the opponent's mash at percent though. Costs 6 MP. Do not use. Hatchet Man. A move that breaks full shield unless staled by either itself or moves such as Flame Slash. Very slow, parrying it is the equivalent of being a world-class air breather. Costs 15 MP. Avoid using unless you get a shield break. Kamikaze. Kills hero in exchange for dealing 63 damage at the sweet spot and killing at around 45%. Only use if you are a stock up. It goes through shield. Is not affected by buffs. Costs 1 MP. Magic Burst. Expends all of Hero's remaining MP in exchange for creating a high damage and knockback explosion that grows bigger and kills earlier depending on how much MP you have. 100 MP does 61 damage and kills at around 10% near the ledge, for reference. You are not invincible at all while using this move, and your MP will still be wasted if you get hit out of it. Avoid using at all costs unless they are off stage and you have a huge lead, or if it is last stock. Is not affected by buffs. Oomph. Significantly buffs Hero's damage output, 1.6 multiplier, and slightly increases his knockback output, a 1.1 multiplier, while making him take more damage, 1.2 multiplier, for the next 12 seconds. By the way, Rage Oomph Kazap is one of the best shield break punishes in the game as it kills at 0%, costs 16 MP. Avoid using this move at low percent as you will get comboed and take lots of damage. Psych Up. Greatly increases the damage output, 1.2 multiplier, knockback output, 1.2 multiplier, and shield damage, 1.65 multiplier of your next hit. Does not run out over time and is not wasted on clanks or projectiles. Wasted on parries, shields, and your next hit. Combined with Oomph, Flame Slash, Crackle Slash, Clang, Hatchet Man, Dare, Bear, Up Smash, F Smash, and Down Smash all break a full shield. Some of these break by themselves or with just Psych Up. Cost 14 MP. Accelerotl. Greatly increases Hero's ground and air speed, jump height, and fall speed while making him take more knockback. 1.1 multiplier. He is faster than Sonic on the ground and faster than Yoshi in the air. Dash Up Jab is an incredibly good burst option while in Accelerotl. This is Hero's best spell. Use it pretty much anytime you see it. Costs 13 MP and lasts for 10 seconds. Bounce. Reflects all manner of projectiles, a 1.5 damage multiplier, 1.4 speed multiplier, and 1.1 health multiplier, thrown at Hero for the next 12 seconds. Hero is completely actionable during the time he is in bounce and can get combos off of reflected projectiles. Costs 14 MP. Use this move against zoners. And to Prime. Zoom. Picks Hero up and puts him down in one of a handful of random spots. The amount changes depending on stage. This is the best recovery move in the game as you are intangible during your ascent and the start of your descent. This move has a bit of startup, so be careful about where you use it against projectile users. Additionally, it gives you your double jump and air dodge back. If there is a surface above you, you bonk your head while still regaining resources. The chances of getting it are higher depending on if you are close to the side blast zone, if you have buffs active, if you have used your 2 heals, and if it wasn't on the last menu. You can get the odds to be over 90% with proper priming. Cost only 8 MP. Heal. This move heals Hero 11%. Can only be used twice per stock. Can still roll it off of Hocus Pocus. Cost 7 MP. Hocus Pocus. Do not use this move as it is way too RNG dependent. You can get any of your normal spells while also being able to get either positive or negative passive effects. You can gain the superstar item, or you can lose all your MP. There is a lot more, but those are the most extreme cases. Cost 4 MP, unless you get Magic Burst and then you lose all of it. Do not use in tournament. Now that we know all about the spells on Hero's command selection and situations to use them, let's talk about priming. Do not pull a buff while it is active, certain moves don't appear together, and you can't get the same spell twice in a row. Use this to your advantage to manipulate the randomness. That's all for the second video. Make sure to subscribe and check back in for the next 2 cards.